being a child, being 12, being 13, having to worry about whether or not when you get home there's food in the fridge for you to eat is insane. I want to give a moment of silence for food stamps. Look, man, in my life, I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. Right now, I am personally in a financial place where I don't need to depend on food stamps anymore. But back in the day, I used to, I used to need it. A lot of the times people don't think about the underbelly of this beautiful country that we live in. I am extremely happy with America for all the things that it tries to do to help impoverished areas. Even if they don't know it, anything helps. And food stamps was one of those things that actually helped my family out in the worst possible times when people were getting laid off during the recession, during a lot of times. That in Section 8, which if you don't know, Section 8 is a thing that allows you to live in a controlled rent area. So depending on how many people is living inside your home or something like that, it kind of decides what type of place you stay in. And me and my multiple other siblings, it was a 7-person household. There was no damn way that one income was gonna be able to feed all those people. And I thank my father for working those million-hour shifts and all that and trying to do the best that he could, but sometimes he needed a little bit more help when it comes to, food. So we got food stamps. We got on food stamps. We really didn't have that much bread. Only thing we can get is pretty much whatever they allowed us to get. You know what I mean? I've spent my times going to food banks and doing all the extra stuff. I've been through the worst of worst, and I've seen people in my community have to depend on food stamps when people were getting laid off, when people weren't getting hours enough to pay for the extra things and diapers and milk and all that. And it pains my soul, it pains my heart that food stamps is being restricted. Food stamps is not getting taken away how people were saying it was. Food stamps is just being greatly underfunded, meaning that there's going to be a major cut and there's going to be certain requirements you're going to need in order to qualify for food stamps. And again, food stamps, depending on how big of a family you have, don't really go that far. And prime example, my household had 7 people in it. 7 people, and the food stamps that we usually got was about like $600, maybe $700. And I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're portioning that out for 7 human beings and you're trying to make the food flip and the food, continue to nourish and give people enough energy to move day to day, is really not that much in the grand scheme of things. I want to say that a lot of people that are on the side of cutting food stamps have never had to go through certain things. They didn't have to go through the type of poverty that I am talking about. The type where you wake up as a child and wonder if you're going to be able to eat. That is a different type of pain that most people do not experience. And a lot of people that I see online are criticizing people who need or get financial support from the government, not understanding that a lot of things are just out of their control. A lot of the times, people are not able to make millions of dollars like how the American dream might explain and show off and all that. That's just not possible for the underbelly of people, because in order for a certain group of people to make a lot of money, a lot of other people gotta make less. I'm talking about the mailmen of the world. I'm talking about the cooks of the world. My father was a sous chef. He wasn't making that much hourly. He had to work 10 times the amount of hours, and to the point where he was working so much that he made just enough money to not qualify for food stamps, but he made just the bare minimum to live off of. Meaning that we were still, when we got off of food stamps, we still had to go to food shelters. We had to go and go to freaking cookouts and things of that nature in order to have food in our bellies. You understand how crazy it is that a country that is billions and billions of dollars, well, worth billions and billions of dollars, and there's billionaires to this day making bukus of money, there are still multiple people who are not able to eat, multiple children who are not able to eat. It is extremely sad. But I just wanted to make this video because I heard about this. I heard about the food stamp thing, and I just wanted to chime in and just talk about how much it helped me. Again, you understand, being a child, being 12, being 13, having to worry about whether or not when you get home there's food in the fridge for you to eat is insane. And if there are multiple different people who are not able to eat, then there's gonna be some problems. And the solution isn't to raise a minimum wage, it's just to continue to help the underbelly of the people. Because again, there should never ever be homeless people while they're billionaires. To me, that shouldn't be a thing. But again, that's just me though. This isn't me being political. This is just me getting my 2 cents in as a person who was a beneficiary of, you know, food stamps and government assistance and all that type of stuff. I felt like I needed to at least say something just to get out of my chest, and then, you know, leave it be. But anyway, you ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a guy on the internet, black guy, happy Black History Month. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.